Hi there. I bet you thought I was dead. And based on the year of inactivity, I feel like that's an entirely justified thought to have. But today I'm planning on talking to you a little off the cuff about what I've been doing, where I've been the last year, and what the future of the channel is. So this is really kind of unscripted. It's going to be very stream of consciousness, so I apologize for any unstructured nature to it. That's just how I am whenever I don't like fully script something out and plan out a lot of things. And I know if some of you have been around following the channel for a while, you know I like to be, I guess meticulous, I guess would be the word I would use for how I design and build videos, despite my weird way of talking when I read scripts, which is unfortunately unavoidable because I can't help but talk to Patrick Bateman. It's just something that's unavoidable in my personality. I don't know why. It's just a disability I've been dealing with my entire life. So I want to start by thanking everyone for sticking around and hanging out with the channel, especially as long as you have. My career, I've been in the U.S. Army for about a decade, and so that's kind of been my job. And unfortunately, I've been balancing the channel with my requirements of that position. And for the last year, I was deployed in the Middle East, and that's why the channel was functionally dead for that entire time. And I know some people reached out via comments, Twitter, things like that, asked where I was. I responded pretty quickly the best I can. But I imagine a lot of latecomers, especially people who've probably been subscribed for a while and just forgotten who I am, understandable, again, I don't upload content that regularly. That's just a flaw of my own production level, because ultimately, editing and creating videos to me has always been a means of like stress relief, teaching myself new exercises on editing programs, things like that. So it's always been a fun hobby for me. I've never viewed this as a job, unfortunately. So it's not something I prioritize in my daily life. Unfortunately, my career and my family have always taken a precedent over the channel, which, I mean, there might have been one point earlier in the channel's like life when I was trying to make that the other way. Well, not the other way, but like trying to make it a more priority in my career goals. But ultimately, you know, life happens, and that's kind of the direction I moved. But ultimately, I've been balancing and juggling the channel with that career and still making content. So for the last year, I was in the Middle East. I only really had my laptop, so I played Ultra Kill a lot, which was a FPS I really got into. But aside from that, it really couldn't do too much editing. It couldn't do too much Blender stuff. So it really wasn't a good way for me to do any video production while I was there. Especially didn't have any audio equipment, and just based on the nature of the mission there, it wasn't really a tenable situation to kind of set up a whole studio type thing, because that just wasn't the job I was there to do. Not very fancy while I'm here, but... So for that, I wrote scripts instead. So I have a number of videos kind of in the pipeline for you guys I'm working on. I have one that I plan on dropping Friday for you. I don't know if you guys like some of my old anime reviews, but one's coming. It's going to be just me making terrible jokes. But yeah, if you like that, by all means check it out. I have more plans for kind of like Waterworld video type content where I just kind of explore stupid ideas I have about movies from the 90s, because that's just how my brain works occasionally. So that's on my radar of things to do. So here's some footage of me doing some random stuff in the Middle East for a minute. Just kind of driving, being unsafe, using my phone. That's okay, they do it too. They watch TikToks. And also in their combat vehicles when they're out doing exercises while driving. It's fantastic. And we finally kissed goodnight. I was home out in a storm. But clearly it's Omicron. coming back. I want you guys to know that this channel has been going for well over a decade. I have no intention of stopping. It's going to keep going. I've spent some time when I got back home, rearranged the studio space to something that's more akin to shooting off the cuff stuff, or even just more production in general. So that's kind of my goal, is just to make more content in a manner that is more relaxed, just a fun way to do it. Like, I have more scripted, aggressive content in terms of like fun edits I like to do in terms of like console history that'll involve a lot of Blender and 3D shots that I enjoy doing. Granted, those take me time. I don't have the same capability or freedom to really produce this stuff as fast as I would love to. But it's there, still going. But Barker the dog is still around. I know she hasn't been in any of the later videos, but she certainly was pretty prevalent in the older ones. But she's still hanging out. She's about 12 years old now, so she's still hanging out, doing well. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for hanging out and being with the channel as long as you have. More content's on the way, and here's some random video of me doing some other stuff in the Middle East.
I think that one wants to be friendly, look at him. Hey there. Hey buddies. Look at that. Munching on something. What you doing, huh? Look at that.
But yeah, more content's on the way, and I hope you have a great day, evening, or night, or whatever it is you're doing. Bye.